Have you ever looked around your house and thought, how did cleaning get so hard? Maybe you used to scrub your floors, move furniture, wipe down blinds, and not even think twice about it. But now, just the thought of dragging out the vacuum or bending down to wipe under the couch makes your back ache. Trust me, you're not alone. There comes a time when our energy shifts. It's not gone. It's just more precious. And we've got to use it wisely. That's where this conversation begins. Because keeping a home clean doesn't mean exhausting yourself or trying to clean like you're still 25. No, it means cleaning smarter. It means using little tricks and tools that make life easier, not harder. And believe it or not, it's totally possible to have a clean, cozy, welcoming home without ending up sore and wiped out. So grab a cup of coffee or tea if you prefer, get comfortable. And let's talk about some easy, gentle ways to keep your home tidy without pushing your body past its limits. These aren't your typical spring cleaning tips. No aprons, no shiny Pinterest-style checklists. Just real-life ideas that actually work for real people. People like you and me, who might deal with stiff knees, tired feet, or just a desire to simplify life. Let's start with something that completely changed how I think about cleaning. Long-handled tools. You wouldn't believe how many folks still force themselves to bend and crouch just to pick up a sock or wipe a corner. It's not that we can't do it, it's that we shouldn't have to. Not when there are better options. A long-handled duster can reach cobwebs in the ceiling corner, sure. But it can also glide along your baseboards, sweep crumbs from under your table, or snag a piece of lint behind the couch. One man I know said he uses an old golf ball retriever to pick things up around the house. Tissues, pens, even the remote control. He just scoops things up like he's playing the world's weirdest game of golf, and he's proud of it. And why shouldn't he be? That's smart living. Why kneel on the floor when you can stay upright and let the tool do the reaching for you? I remember a woman with arthritis who told me she hadn't scrubbed her shower tiles by hand in years. She uses a long-handled brush and just gives the area a light sweep while standing at the doorway. She calls it her lazy mop dance. And honestly, it's genius. It's not lazy. It's efficient. Because when you're dealing with joint pain or nerve issues, every extra movement adds up. Twisting, crouching, even turning your wrist the wrong way can leave you aching for days. But with the right tool, suddenly you're in control again. You're not wrestling the floor. You're gliding above it. It's like turning into Inspector Gadget, only instead of saving the world, you're just saving your back. And sometimes that's an even bigger win. Now let me tell you something else that'll change the game. Sitting while you clean. Who said we always have to be standing? That's a myth that needs to go. There's a woman I know who practically runs her kitchen from a rolling office chair. She glides from the stove to the sink to the counter like she's in a one-woman parade. And she gets things done faster than most folks half her age. No aching legs, no pressure on her feet. Just a few graceful pushes and a clean kitchen by lunchtime. Another man I spoke with keeps a tall stool by his washer and dryer. He doesn't bend or twist anymore. He perches, moves slowly, and folds clothes at his own pace. He says he still doesn't like doing laundry, but at least he doesn't dread it the way he used to. Because now it doesn't leave him feeling broken at the end. See, that's the power of a good chair. A rolling one is ideal, but even a stationary stool works wonders. Keep one nearby in rooms where you tend to do a lot of tidying, like the kitchen, laundry room, or bathroom. Cleaning becomes less of a workout and more of a task you can actually finish without needing to lie down afterwards. And the best part? Sitting doesn't make you lazy. It makes you strategic. It's like saying, I respect my energy enough not to waste it. And that, my friend, is something to be proud of. Let's talk about another trick that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Spray and walk away. I mean it. Most of us grew up thinking you had to scrub every stain until your muscles screamed. Remember watching your mom or grandmother scrubbing floors on her hands and knees? That's what we were taught. Clean meant effort. It meant elbow grease. But not anymore. These days, cleaners are designed to do the work for you, if you just give them a little time. I know a man who used to spend 10 minutes a day scrubbing his shower tiles. That was until his shoulders started acting up. Now every night before bed, he sprays down the walls with cleaner and goes to sleep. The next morning, he takes a shower, the tiles rinse off, and he's done. No scrubbing, no soreness. He calls it his invisible night maid, and I think that's brilliant. The same idea works everywhere. Greasy stovetop, spray it, go make a sandwich, come back and wipe. Dirty oven, spray and shut the door, then catch up on your favorite show. Even toilets, just spray and let it sit while you do anything else. The longer the cleaner sits, the less work you have to do later. It's that simple. The only hard part? Resisting the urge to jump in and start scrubbing right away. But trust the process. Spray it, forget it, and come back when the mess is loosened up. You'll use less effort and still get great results. And the best part? No aching arms or sore joints from doing battle with soap scum or grease. So far, we've talked about extending your reach, giving your feet a break, and letting cleaners do the heavy lifting. Each of these ideas comes from a place of experience, from real people who've found smarter ways to keep a clean home without paying for it in pain later. Because at this point in life, your time and comfort are too valuable to spend scrubbing grout or bending for dust bunnies. But we're just getting started. There are more little shifts that can make a big difference, and I can't wait to share them with you. You deserve a home that feels clean and peaceful, without wearing yourself out to get it. And with just a few more small changes, that's exactly what you'll have. Now that you've got your long-handled tools, your rolling chair, and your favorite spray cleaner doing the work for you, let's talk about a tip that's equal parts clever and, well, kind of fun. You might even laugh the first time you try it. It involves something most of us already have in a kitchen drawer: tongs. Yes, the ones you use to flip chicken or grab a corn cob from the pot. Turns out, with a little tweak, they become your new favorite cleaning gadget. All you have to do is wrap a microfiber cloth around the ends, secure it with a rubber band if needed, and there you go. You've created your own custom duster. It's like having little pinchers that hug the dust right off your blinds, ceiling fan blades, or baseboards. I heard from a woman who started doing this when arthritis made it too painful to stretch and twist while cleaning. She said her old tongs became her secret weapon. Instead of trying to wipe each blind slat by hand, she'd pinch them gently with her dusting tongs and just glide across the line. She even gave her tongs a name, Mr. Pinchy, and said she actually started enjoying the task more because it felt silly in the best way. That's the thing. When you turn chores into something that's a little playful, a little inventive, it stops feeling like drudgery. And it's not just for blinds. You can run your tong duster along baseboards without kneeling down. Reach under furniture. Grab dust from the tops of frames or behind the TV. You don't need a fancy gadget, just a pair of old tongs and a little imagination. Now, speaking of things being right there when you need them, here's a tip that might sound almost too simple to be powerful. But trust me, it makes a huge difference. Keep your cleaning supplies in multiple rooms. I know, it sounds like a small thing, but think about it. How many times have you noticed a spill in the bathroom sink or a smudge on the mirror and thought, "I'll clean it later," because your sprays and cloths are all the way in the laundry room or the kitchen, and then later turns into tomorrow or next week? It's not because you're lazy. It's because walking across the house, especially when you're tired or dealing with joint pain, feels like a mountain sometimes. I spoke with a woman who used to keep all her cleaning supplies in one bucket, tucked away. She said her knees made even short walks feel like marathons. So if she saw a little toothpaste blob in the bathroom, she'd ignore it. Until one day, she started stashing a rag and a little spray bottle under every sink. Now she sees the mess, grabs what she needs in seconds, wipes it, and moves on. No buildup. No cleaning day anxiety. Just tiny bursts of action that keep things under control. It's like keeping a snack in every room, only healthier. Some folks keep a small basket by the nightstand with wipes, in case they spill tea or spot dust while reading. Others tuck a little duster in the side pocket of their recliner. The goal isn't to turn every moment into a cleaning opportunity. The goal is to make cleaning so easy and immediate that it doesn't become a burden. You don't have to haul around a bucket like you're doing a fire drill. You just make your homework with you, not against you. Now let's talk laundry. It's one of those chores that sneaks up on you. One minute you're tossing in a load, and the next you're back screaming from all that lifting, bending, and reaching. Whoever designed modern washers and dryers clearly never had a bad hip or a stiff spine. But here's a little trick that changes everything. Turn laundry into a sit-down job. A friend of mine with chronic back pain started putting his laundry basket on a chair right next to the washer. No more bending to the floor. He just scoops a little at a time and drops it into the machine. He told me, "It used to feel like wrestling a wild animal. Now I just sit, scoop, and smile." Another great change? Switch to smaller baskets. I know, it sounds like more trips back and forth. But hear me out. Would you rather carry one giant, heavy load that throws out your back, or take two light, easy ones that don't even make you sweat? A woman I know with arthritis said switching to smaller baskets was the smartest move she's ever made. She actually enjoys laundry day now because it doesn't knock her out for hours afterward. Folding laundry? That's another spot where sitting down works wonders. One woman told me she folds everything on her bed. She sits down, folds a shirt, leans back for a breather, folds another, takes a sip of water. She calls it her spa-style folding. It's not rushed. It's relaxed. And it gets done. And let's be real, not everything needs folding anyway. I know folks who just hang what they can and toss the rest in a drawer. One guy shrugged and said, "Wrinkles give clothes personality." Honestly, I kind of like that. Laundry doesn't have to feel like punishment. You're not in boot camp. You're at home, doing what needs to be done in a way that honors your body and your limits. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. And here's one more little change that makes a big difference. Liners. Yes, liners. In your fridge, in your oven, in the microwave. Think of them as tiny shields that take the mess so you don't have to. Because if you've ever had to clean up spilled milk under the veggie drawer or scrape baked-on cheese from the bottom of your oven, you know, it's not just gross, it's physically draining. I heard from a man with arthritis who said the best thing he ever bought was disposable oven liners. He said it with the same joy most people reserve for a new car. "I actually enjoy cooking again," he told me. "Because I'm not terrified of what happens if something spills." That's the beauty of liners. You drop one in, and if it gets messy, you just lift it out, rinse it, or toss it. No scrubbing. No twisting yourself into a pretzel just to reach the corners. And don't forget microwave covers. One lady told me her set of silicone lids were her most treasured kitchen tool, right after her coffee maker. She pops one on every bowl before reheating and says she hasn't had to scrub tomato sauce off her microwave in years. It's not about being fancy. It's about being prepared. Liners are cheap, easy, and they save you from messes that would normally require full-on cleaning sessions. Prevention, not punishment. When you think about it, all of these little ideas, tongs as dusters, cleaners in every room, sitting while folding, using liners, they're not just about keeping your house clean. They're about keeping you comfortable. They're about reducing pain, saving energy, and making your environment work for the way your life is now, not how it was 20 years ago. Because you deserve that. You deserve to live in a home that feels good, not one that constantly demands more from you than you can give. And with just a few small changes, you can take the pressure off, one gentle step at a time. By now, you might be thinking, okay, these ideas actually feel doable. And that's the whole point. When cleaning feels less like a battle and more like a small part of your routine, it becomes something you can manage. Maybe even enjoy, without it draining your energy for the rest of the day. But there's one more idea that really ties everything together, and it might be the simplest and the smartest one of them all. I call it the 15-minute rule. And no, it's not a gimmick. It's a gentle guideline that helps you stay on top of things without overdoing it. Here's how it works. You set a timer on your stove, your phone, a little kitchen egg timer, whatever you've got. You pick one task, like wiping the counters or vacuuming a room, and you give yourself just 15 minutes to work on it. When the timer goes off, you stop. That's it. No cheating, no, just a few more minutes. You're done. Why does this help? Because cleaning can so easily turn into an all-day affair. You start wiping the sink, and next thing you know, you're scrubbing baseboards, reorganizing cabinets, bending behind the fridge. And suddenly your knees are shot and your back feels like it's made of bricks. That's not how it has to be. Gentleman I spoke with said he vacuums one room a day, only one, never more. And by Friday his whole house is clean, and he still has the energy to enjoy his weekend. He told me, "My house isn't spotless at any one time, but it's always clean enough. And more importantly, I still feel good at the end of the week." That's the kind of wisdom we need more of. Not everything has to be done today. Not everything has to be done perfectly. And sometimes just getting started is the win. A woman I know actually turns her 15-minute rule into a game. She picks a playlist, sets the timer, and races herself to see how much she can clean before the music stops. She laughs, dances, and dusts. And when the time's up, she's smiling. Not exhausted, just done. And sometimes that's the real goal. Not a perfect house, but a happy moment. A clean enough space. A sense of accomplishment without the pain. Now, we've talked a lot about saving energy, protecting your body, and making tasks feel lighter. But there's one more thing I want to talk about, and it's maybe the most important tip of all. It's not a tool or a trick, it's a mindset. And it's this: embrace good enough. Let me explain. Somewhere along the line, we were taught that cleaning has to be spotless, that the floor has to shine, the windows have to sparkle, the couch cushions have to be fluffed like they're ready for a magazine photo shoot. But let's be honest, who's coming over to check? Who's walking around your house with a white glove looking for dust? If they are, hand them a duster and tell them to go right ahead. You see, at this stage in life, perfection isn't the prize. Peace is. Comfort is. Your time, your energy, your ability to enjoy the day without soreness or frustration, that's what really matters. I spoke with a man in his 70s who told me, "If I can see out the window, it's clean enough. I don't need it to sparkle like a jewelry case." And I loved that. Another woman told me she stopped ironing years ago. "Wrinkles are just fabric personality," she said with a wink. That's the attitude we need more of. Your house doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel like home. A place where you can breathe. A place where you can put your feet up, sip your tea, and know that you've done enough. Because chasing perfection is exhausting, but choosing peace, that's powerful. So, maybe there's a little dust on the shelf. Maybe the laundry isn't folded perfectly. Maybe the stovetop isn't shining like new. But if your space feels safe, comfortable, and welcoming to you, then it's exactly as clean as it needs to be. And if someone doesn't agree, well, they're welcome to pick up a mop. The truth is, the smartest cleaning hack isn't in the tools or the tricks. It's in knowing when to stop, when to rest, when to say, "This is good enough, and I'm proud of what I've done." Because when you take care of yourself first, everything else starts to fall into place. So whether it's using a long-handled duster, sitting while you clean, letting a robot vacuum hum across the floor, or simply saying, "Enough for today," the goal is the same: to make life lighter, one task at a time. You deserve a home that supports you, not one that exhausts you. And with a few small shifts, a little creativity, and a whole lot of kindness toward yourself, that's exactly what you'll create. If this video gave you a few ideas, or maybe just made you smile, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you want more simple, helpful tips to make life easier, go ahead and subscribe to Strong Elderly Life. We've got a lot more coming that I think you'll enjoy. And hey, leave a comment below and tell me, what's your favorite cleaning trick? Or maybe just share what part of cleaning you don't miss doing anymore. I'd love to hear from you. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about mops and dusters. It's about living with ease, grace, and a little joy, right where you are. Here's to living your best life at any age.